What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you another World of Tanks gameplay commentary. This time it is a viewer submitted replay by Never Aim and his ELC AMX. So it is going to be, apparently they are speaking in a foreign language, as is the usual. Wow, I thought the countdown timer wasn't going to show up. Let's just speed that up a little. There we go. How nice the new features are. So the teams are pretty even. If I actually had to guess, I'd say his team has a slight advantage due to their artillery. I'm not even going to try to make sense of that, chat. That is just completely beyond me. And so let's get to the match right here. He is going right out the gate. Wow, speeding towards that beach and swerving a little back and forth, kind of like the light little scout tank he is. Now, he does have good frames per second, I have to say. I am very glad when people are not having to deal with low frames per second. I've dealt with it myself. It sucks. But that really has little bearing on this match. It can significantly improve your gameplay, but as you can tell, he's not really one victim to that issue. The enemy team, first tank being spotted right there. Not really sure if it's going to do much before it dies. That Panzer IV looks like he is going to get his tank absolutely destroyed. Not if his team loses sight of him and he continues to live. So, as you can tell, a lot of light tanks right here in this little city area. I'm surprised none of them went down to the coastline. They only have a few medium tanks down there. Now, this is a tier 7 match, but there's only one tier 7 per team. So it's going to be the tier 6s who really make the difference in this match, if I had to guess. The enemy team's definitely becoming a little more visible. Medium tank sneaking his way right into Mr. Never Aim's base. Oh my gosh, yes, please ping that. That is absolutely horrible. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to stop that before the artillery is actually taken out. There's plenty of tanks on base, plenty of tank destroyers on base that should be able to help them out. Not to mention, two of those tank destroyers are tier 6s, so hopefully they do their job. That M4 getting hit by I don't even know what. If I had to guess, maybe, no, that was too low of damage to be artillery, if I had to assume. There is artillery doing the finishing blow, however, and his team going blow for blow with the enemies right now. It's pretty even in terms of tanks lost. The enemy team, that medium tank, I'm pretty sure it hasn't been stopped quite yet. I think he's still back there. Heavy tank pushing his base. Wow, and the complete eastern front getting taken out. There's that medium tank. Never Aim taking on this T50, doing decent for himself, you know, being a tier 5 and a tier 7 match, although I would classify this as more of a tier 6, and not really able to get any kills yet, but doing his own part, I would say. The enemy team seems to have left this area open, and if I was Never Aim, I might be heading for the enemy's base at this point, especially considering his team has a slight advantage. I would be using this time to just rush to the enemy's base and get at their artillery, but that is two different approaches to gameplay. You have the people who push when they realize their base is in danger. Then you have the people who fall back when they realize their base is in danger. And both approaches have been known to work and pull out a victory. Now, his team is losing at this point. The M3 trying to turn to engage. Hopefully Never Aim will be able to juke him out. Oh, not before taking a shot, but for absolutely no damage, which is kind of a shocker considering the M3 Lee really isn't known for using AP shells that bounce. It's an HE cannon 90% of the time. In fact, I don't even know if it has the capacity for AP shells. It's been so long since I've played the tank, but an M3 is never really something that scares me. His team is currently losing, and the enemy team is on his cap. Now, his team has lost their artillery advantage. That tier 5 artillery being a significant advantage. Right here, Never Aim should really take this guy out. They're tier 7, just completely exposing his backside to him. And this is one thing I will note from this game. I was not aware the ELC did not have an autoloader. So it does not have a clip. It is actually just a shot-for-shot system with quite the long reload, actually. I'm rather surprised with how long of a reload that is. So I'm not sure if this is the fully upgraded gun or not. But still, the ELC apparently not being as good of a French tank as I was led to believe. It is actually something that I will probably eventually end up going up the French line, but not really something I'm too impressed with at the moment. So, right there, getting a good shot on that KV-13. The KV-13 completely missing his target. The enemy team still on his base, and kind of forcing Never Aim to rush back and do what he can to reset that capture point, while kind of trying to ignore this KV-13. Never Aim really is having a hard time deciding what he should do. There's his first damage of the game, and he will take out a KV-13, a tank that is 2 tiers higher than him. So well done. That is never an easy feat, taking out a tank that is higher tier than you. Well, I shouldn't say never, but let's face facts. He's a light tank. He's a tier 5 light tank versus a tier 7 medium tank. And by all rights, the tier 7 should have won. But he didn't, and I'm just going to credit that to better playership, better skills to Never Aim. And the enemy team on his cap, his team really having thrown this match away. And the Tiger, yes, I know the Tiger from personal experience and from plenty of people telling me is not that good of a tier 7 heavy tank. But still, it was matched up against a tier 7 medium tank. And really, his tier 7 tank didn't get a single kill the entire match. Now, a Dicker Max, not really sure how those function. I've only fought those when I'm tier 7 or higher. So I significantly haven't, no, I take that back. I've fought them as tier 7s and tier 8s. And so I have a significant advantage over them when I fight them. Never Aim in a really bad place right now, getting double teamed by a Panzer III-4 and that Dicker Max, and he is he is juking the shots, actually. Artillery trying to ruin his day. He will kill that Panzer III-4, but immediately getting killed by that Dicker Max right after the fact. He got 3 kills, easily doing his part for his team, calling his team a noob team, and he exits the match before I can actually see what the end results were, just how much experience and credits he got. Considering it would have been a loss, probably wouldn't have been too impressive. Now, the enemy team, I think what really hurt his team was the fact that the enemy team was able to push up the east side. His team pushed forward a little too much, got overwhelmed, and then got completely taken out on the side. Not to mention his Tiger tank, his tier 7, apparently did very little to nothing before dying. And when your top tier is that ineffective, that very often that indicates you're going to lose. So anyway, well played by Never Aim, just not too well played by his team, and as you can tell, he kind of rage quit there at the end. I can't blame him for that. I've been known to do that. We've all been known to do that. I'm sure if you played any significant number of matches in this game, you have done that. So don't act like you haven't. Anyway, if you like this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And as always, if you got a replay, send it to spanglereplays@gmail.com. Link will be in the description. And it's good to be back. I just want to say that, you know, it's been a long time since I've done a replay just because of moving and all that fun stuff. And not only that, it's been even longer since I played the game. So hopefully I can get a few matches going here once I move in to my new place, which will be this Friday, the 14th of September. About the same time this should have been uploaded. So anyway, this is Spang signing off.